What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full low PP moves team. Alright, so this isn't the PP you do in the toilet, this is PowerPoint for each Pokemon's moves. Now, the challenge here was to use only moves that were low PP, which were like, you know, stuff like Hyper Beam, those sort of moves which only have the set lowest number of PP. Alright, leave your favorite theme team suggestions, as usual, people, in the comment section. The highest thumb up comment will be the winner. Alright, these battles are all done by chat as usual. If you want to battle me, I take battles most days on my chat. That's in the description. Alright, let's get into this. I've got double battle for tonight. Now, this one was against Avery Gamer Dude on my chat. Now, we had a two really good battles there, and I've got some good bloopers there, so you'd stick around for all that. Alright, so we have a freeze hacks on the first turn. I bet you never saw that one coming. I sure did. Now, I was actually going to go for the Zap Cannon there, because that was another low PP move, and I like using that as well, even though it's got terrible accuracy. Now, the moves, the low PP moves Electros could learn on this set, it had Hyper Beam, it had Zap Cannon, it had Superpower, and it had Bounce. Those were the four moves that I had on it. Alright, so off to the best start 2017 there. Bring in Torkoal to get rid of the snow warning there. So, this is a Choice Scarf set. I've got on this Fire Blast, I've got Eruption. They're both low PP moves. It also had Fissure as well. Now, I only just put on there because it didn't have many low PowerPoint moves. And I think I had, I'm not sure, I think it might have only had 3 moves. Anyways, so Hypno's going to try and come in and check that. But with the Eruption and the Sun Up, even though Hypno's a very, very special defensive wall, it's not going to be able to check 2 Eruptions there. And Torkoal's going to take that one out, which was nice. It is actually quite difficult to swap into Eruption there. Okay, so we have the Kingler coming in here. I'm actually not going to be able to touch this thing at all since I'm locked into Eruption. Now, this is pretty funny. So bringing my Poliwrath here, I'll get into my set in a second. Now, Cookie actually flings a lava cookie, so that was probably, I've never actually seen that before, a lava cookie being flung. That was a bit of a joke, but it was quite a good one. I like that. So this is a Mind Reader Dynamic Punch set. Both of them are low PP moves as well. This included, so I included all the moves, not just the attacking moves. So every move I tried to include there with the low PP. Okay, so that does basically nothing to Venusaur there. I'm going to get the Confusion anyway. That's what I wanted. Okay, so I've got that one happening. That's pretty good. Now the Venusaur is going to go for the Leech Seed there. So I don't really want to stay in this matchup. There is really nothing I can do to this at all. I had my Electros already down in the first turn, which wasn't good. I had something for that. I was going to try and use Bounce against it, but I did have my Torkoal, so I could easily bring that in. But I kind of like saving it so I could have the max health, so I could get the big powerful eruptions off. So I decided against swapping it in. Okay, so going into Fearow now. This was a Sky Attack, Giga Impact. It had Power Herb to power up that Sky Attack in one turn. I'm trying to think the other. It had Sunny Day. That was also another low PP move as well. Alright, so going for the Sky Attack here, since I'm going to get powered up. I missed this actually quite a few times, and you burn up your Power Herb too, which really sucks when you miss. But this one did fortunately land, and that took out the Venusaur there, which was nice. Not sure what Venusaur was actually going to be doing to me there. It could have gone for Sludge Bomb or something. That's probably the move I was thinking it was going to use. Anyways, Togedemaru is going to come in here. This is a matchup that probably isn't the greatest for me, so I stayed in anyway. I just went for, I think I just went for some damage there. That's the other move I had on this was Hyper Beam, so I didn't really want to swap too much into that. Okay, so we have Houndoom here, which is a good matchup for this. I've got Focus Sash on this, and I've got Sucker Punch, I've got Sunny Day, and I've got Fire Blast. So they were low PP moves. Alright, so they actually went for the Poison Jab. Fire Blast missed there, which really, really sucked, because that would have one-shot it. Now, almost called that dead knee then. Now Togedemaru is going to go for the U-turn, which just misses the kill on me. I thought it actually might go for Zing Zap, but it didn't. Cookie's going to come in here. I just went for Fire Blast again. That was my best option. Now, as I said, this was a Focus Sash there. Still does a lot of damage there to Kingler. It doesn't have the greatest special defense in the world, so 2 Fire Blasts land, and that's going to be enough to take it out there. So that was really good getting rid of that one. there. So, pretty even battle at the moment. I've got 4 pokes. The opponent has 3. So, Togedemaru is going to be able to take me out. I just went for Sucker Punch here, because that was my best option. I knew that I'd probably get outsped. It's got Iron Barbs there, which is going to be enough to take out my Houndoom. But I did a nice chunk of damage there to Togedemaru, which was good. And it used Fell Stinger there. So that would have been really bad if I got that, because it would have got +3 in attack. Okay, so swapping in Torkoal here. I've got the Drought. I know that I'm going to get outsped, even with the Choice Scarf. It's very, very slow. So my best option here is to go for the Fire Blast. Alright, so Togedemaru is going to go for the U-turn here. And I knew that Vanillux wouldn't swap in. So there was only one other Pokemon, which was the Incineroar, which I was very much worried about what I could actually do to it, because Poliwrath actually didn't have any like water-type moves. Because of the challenge I was running, I was only running low PP moves. Just remember that before you leave a comment or anything. Alright, anyway, so I'm going to get set up on by the Sword Dance here. Since I'm locked into Fire Blast, I thought I might as well just go for it. Even with it resisting it, it was still doing a lot of damage in the sun. It was a 3-hit KO. Now Incineroar is going to go for its Z move here, and with the Sword Dance up, it probably would have killed it with its Z move anyway, because I'm running a sweeping set. But it's going to definitely be more than enough to take out my Torkoal there. Now I wasn't sure how much speed this was running either. I had the Poliwrath, which was max speed, max attack. I gave that jolly nature there. I had that to use Dynamic Punch, but the problem was without the Mind... I'd have to go straight for Dynamic Punch without going for Mind Reader, because it did have a Sword Dance up. So this was a very, very risky part. At the same time, I had absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain if it did hit. Okay, so I was actually behind at this point too. Dynamic Punch, thank God it lands, and that takes out Incineroar there. So that was really good. Unnecessary crit there as well. Okay, so we have 2 pokes left. Now we have the Vanillux coming in here. Now I do have Dynamic Punch on this. I thought I could go for Mind Reader here, because I'm quite confident I could live whatever move. Then they'd have to make the choice whether to swap out of the Mind Reader into Togedemaru, which would get wrecked by a Dynamic Punch, or keep the Vanillux in to die to it as well. Alright, so Vanillux is going to go for the Hidden Power. I'm guessing it's probably Grass. I just tanked that one. I had this Citrus Berry on this set right here as well. You can use whatever berry you want. I just decided to use the Citrus. Now, I'm going to be able to live the Hail as well due to the Citrus Berry. Now going for the Dynamic Punch, whatever happens. So the Vanillux decided to stay in there, and this absolutely just wrecks it. Now that was a very tough decision, because there was more than a 50% chance that I would be able to hit the Togedemaru, and Togedemaru was definitely a lot more important than the Vanillux there. Okay, so we have the Togedemaru coming in here. I know that I'm going to get outsped, and it's going to go for the Zing Zap here. That's going to be more than enough to take me out. So my last Pokemon is the Mighty Snorlax. Now, I actually put the Pulverizing Pancake Z move on this, and I had Last Resort. So that was the only moves that I gave it. I wanted to just use its normal type moves that had low power points there. Already, I didn't really want to run like special ones, because it was already a very, very tricky theme to use. Like especially against Pokemon that would boost their stats, the defensive capability stats, and like I couldn't do much either. I had problems with teams like that. Okay, so I do actually take that Zing Zap. I knew that I would, and I'm going to go for my Pulverizing Pancake, even though it's going to resist that. This hits like an absolute truck. I mean, it's Snorlax. He's bigger than a truck, so I knew this would be enough to take out the Togedemaru there. And that was basically the first battle. A very close game there at the end. Definitely the probably one of the most important parts in the game was me landing the Dynamic Punch on the Incineroar there. If I didn't land that, it would have definitely gone pear-shaped. I'd say I definitely would have lost that one, because the Incineroar did have those Sword Dances up. But it landed, and that's the game. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get to the second battle. Alright, this was a battle on my chat as well. This was against Secret Frog. Now, this was quite a... this was also a theme team too. This is not an anime I've actually watched. It's Hunter x Hunter. I have not actually watched that. I don't know if you guys have. I guess some of you have. Let me know if it's any good. I do tend to watch some of them. Anyway, so I'm going for the Dynamic Punch, because I was like, sweet guys, we got this. It's going to be a no-guard mate shot, but it's not. It's a Guts user with a Flame Orb. So once again, the best start in the world there. So I don't want to stay in against this, because Dynamic Punch is going to miss. It's behind a sub. So I thought to swap in Houndoom here, because I do have the Focus Sash. Right, it's going to be a Focus Punch Mage Chop, which is going to hit like super duper hard with the Flame Orb there. It's going to take me all the way down to my Focus Sash. Now, I was worried about any priority moves that it could have, like Bullet Punch or things like that. But I had to take the risk, so I went for the Destiny Bond here. Fortunately, it didn't have that. It was just focusing on its Focus Punch. Didn't even mean to say that. However, I've got the Destiny Bond up here, and it's automatically going to hit me after I use that, and that's going to be Houndoom down. But I'm going to get rid of the Machop. So I had to do quite a bit of work there just to get rid of the Machop there. Just that terrible first start. I was banking on that being no guard, but it really, it really did bite me in the ass there. Okay, so Machop's down, so I killed a Machop, guys. Now, I thought, might as well bring in my Poliwrath now. The Machop's gone. The coast is clear. So we have the Cacturne here, which it was quite a... we were both really strong against each other in the matchup. Okay, so Dynamic Punch misses straight off the bat there. Well, I never saw that one coming. Now we've got Z Switcheroo here, which I actually don't know what they were doing here. I'm not sure what strategy they were running here, but it actually turned out so it failed. So I don't know what strategy they were running there. Anyways, so it's going to go for the Needle Arm here. Now, I believe that has a flinch chance. I don't get flinch there. I'm able to eat my Citrus Berry. Does a lot of damage to me though. Here I think I went for the Dynamic Punch again and it missed. So it misses twice in a row. So it's only got a 50% accuracy chance there. But that was the whole fun in using them. Okay, so Poliwrath is going to go down there. Not getting a very good run in this battle there. Just with those low accuracy moves. But that's how it was. It's... time to bring in the Mighty Fury here. Now, I did know that it would have Sucker Punch, but it's going to actually outspeed me and use the Feint Attack there. That does a lot of damage to me there. So I'm going to go for the Sky Attack. I've got the Power Herb attached, as you've seen in the last battle. I knew this would be more than enough to take it out there, unless it had Focus Sash, which it didn't. Okay, so that's going to land, thank God, and that's going to take it out. So a pretty even battle at the moment there. So I still have Giga Impact. So the idea really with this Pharaoh was to use Sky Attack, then use Giga Impact. Like a lot of things could not live it unless they were like huge defensive walls. Speaking of huge defensive walls, we have the Luxio coming in here. Now I went for the Hyper Beam because that was a special move I had running on it. Then the Luxio is going to go for a Charge. So Charge actually gives a boost in special defense, and it gives it a bonus to the next electric move used. It has to be straight afterwards. Okay, so getting the Hyper Beam up this time. Unfortunately, with that charge up, it tanks it very, very well. And I'm not going to definitely live the Spark there from the Luxio. So it's got Spark and Charge. I was guessing it had some sort of form of recovery, and obviously it was Everlight there too. Alright, so this was pretty cool. So bringing in Snorlax here, I had to go for my Z move here. Since it wasn't an Intimidate up, I thought... I actually thought they would swap into Delmise here, which hasn't actually been revealed. That was the point of me swapping, because I expected, an obvious Z move, and I didn't want to actually burn that. But they stayed in and went for another charge there. So that was, I just over-predicted a bit there, but I thought definitely Delmise would be a great swapping for Snorlax there. Anyways, I just went for the Eruption there. With all those charges up, it actually lives the Eruption there, unfortunately, and it gets a Spark off and paralyzes me, so that's not good. My Eruption's going to be powered down. Mainly the Paralyze messed me up there because I wasn't able to actually outspeed. I say I would have just had enough to take it out there, but it's going to be able to outspeed, get a rest off, and basically my Torkoal can't do anything now because it's locked into Eruption. So I have to swap it out. I'm thinking here, well, I've got to go into Snorlax. This is this probably is the most powerful, uses the most powerful move on my team, being the Z move there, Giga Impact. I know this is going to be a bulky defensive wall as well, because it's got charge to boost the special defense. That's how I was thinking anyway. Okay, so get Sleep Talk rest there. Basically does what I do every time with Sleep Talk. It's going to obviously be able to outspeed me here too. Alright, so going for the Sleep Talk again. It actually gets Spark on this one. I was hoping not to get paralyzed there, but I actually get, I got critted instead. Okay, so going for the Z move here. This does, most of the time, neutral hits from this thing just kill everything. It's very, very powerful. However, this was actually different. As you'll see in a sec, this animation is so slow. But anyway, I'm going to hit it with a Z, the Pulverizing Pancake on the Z Giga Impact. But it does actually tank it, which was very, very surprising. Well, not surprising. A lot of the Everlight Pokemon are very, very bulky. But I'm not sure there. It must have been max health and max defense there, impish nature or something like that. So it tanks it, which was really, really awesome here. It's good to see it tank such high moves. And it's going to wake up and use rest again. Now, I would have been screwed if that was my strongest move and I had to rely on Giga Impact and then that recharge. But I was running the Giga Impact Last Resort set, so I could fire off 2 Last Resorts. That would be enough to take it out there. So going for Last Resort here, does a crap load of damage there. Not as much as Giga Impact, of course, with the Z move, but it's still well over half health, which will be enough to take out the Luxio. Now, Luxio is going to go for another Sleep Talk here, probably hoping to get a Spark off or maybe get a Paralyze off on me. It gets, I think it got Rest there, and I'm going to go for the Last Resort again, finally taking it out a very, very defensive wall there. Okay, so we are even in the battle. So I knew after this the Dhelmise would come in. I thought it actually would come in a little bit earlier. Now, there's absolutely nothing I can do with that. I've only got normal moves, which they didn't know at this point in the game, but I had to swap that one out. So swapping in Electros here, this is actually a pretty funny matchup. Okay, so it's going to go for the Anchor Shot there. Now, Anchor Shot doing damage also traps the opponent in. So I wasn't sure if they were just doing that for damage or to actually trap me in. Anyways, I'm going to outspeed and go for the bounce here. The best move that I had against this was a mixed Electros. Now it's going to go for Whirlpool. So it's got the Anchor Shot and it's got the Whirlpool there as well to just do racking up damage. I'm already getting trapped in anyway. I guess there. Alright, so it's going to land the Whirlpool on me there, which is fine. I'm already trapped into this battle against the Dhelmise. Anyway, now I had bounce on here. I had Zap Cannon. It kind of ran through my head. Should I go for Zap Cannon to try and get a Paralyzed? I thought, bugger it, let's go for it. I've got nothing to lose here. And it lands. It does fairly good damage considering it resists it. And I get the Para Hacks there as well. So I was really happy about that one. It's going to get Paralyzed this turn. And Whirlpool's going to continue doing some damage to me there. So I had Superpower, which couldn't do anything to it at all. And I had Hyper Beam, which couldn't do anything to it at all. So my only options were to use Zap Cannon and bounce there. So I went for another Zap Cannon there. I was like, oh, bugger it, let's see if I can get lucky. I don't have to wait an extra turn. Then this is the really funny bit. They actually try to troll me with Phantom Force, which makes you disappear, right? And if I went for bounce that turn, I would have been in the air. They would have been disappeared. I would have gone down, and then they would have hit me with the Phantom Force. It turns out that I trolled them because I actually used Zap Cannon the second time. So now I'm in the air, their Phantom Force is going to miss, and my bounce is going to land. So that was very entertaining there. And it's just in enough range to take it out with the bounce. I was actually half expecting it to miss, but it didn't. And I got through the Dhelmise there. That was basically due to the Phantom Force. So that was very, very funny. Okay, so we have the Lucario coming out here. Now, as I said, I've got Superpower to hit this one, and it's going to go for a workup there. So I was thinking, I'm not sure what... It could have something like... I was thinking it could have something like Focus Sash, or it would have finished me off earlier on. Since Electros is pretty powerful and Lucario isn't the most bulkiest Pokemon in the world. Okay, so obviously it's got Focus Sash there. It's got a workup up, so it's pretty dangerous now. So I knew I'd go down the next turn, so I just used Superpower again. Now it's going to go for the Copycat. So it's going to Copycat my Superpower, which is pretty lucky because it's Stab. And it's going to go for the Superpower there on the Electros there and take me out. So it does get an attack drop, but its workup already got an attack boost already, so it's basically back to square one. Alright, so I can't swap in Snorlax. He's going to get annihilated. The only Pokemon I can swap in is my Torkoal from earlier on that was paralyzed by the Luxio. Now, all I need is to hit this with anything. I just go for Eruption there. I don't want to miss. Lucario is going to go for the Copycat Superpower again. And so Copycat allows you to use the last move used there. So it's a nice little gimmick move, and it's quite handy in some situations. So my base defense actually just saves me on Torkoal, even though I'm running a sweeping version there. And I get the, thank God I get the Eruption off because Snorlax would have been finished with that one. So a pretty cool Lucario set there. I quite like that one. And I like the Luxio too, and the Mage Shop. They were cool sets there. I like those ones. All right, so the last poke is Mr. Mime. I'm obviously going to get outsped here. Now, this is funny. Mr. Mime's going to go for the trick here. Now, since we both have Choice Scarf, it turned out, so we both tricked each other's items. So I was like, cool, I can get some Eruption damage off, but I get paralyzed. So that was the best trick in the world there. We both got a Choice Scarf. Now, Mr. Mime is going to go for the Technician Confusion. That's going to be more than enough to take out my Torkoal there. So my last Pokemon is the Snorlax. Now, all I need to do was to get the I think I went for Giga Impact here just to finish this thing. Now it's going to go for Confusion. I was actually worried that I get confused and I would hit myself in Confusion. That was probably the only thing I was worried about. Giga Impact actually misses there. So since I've used Giga Impact already, I was like, okay, cool, I can go for the last resort. It's not going to miss. and I don't get confused this turn. I'm able to get the last resort off to finish off the Mr. Mime there. And a very close battle, some really cool sets on my opponent's side of the field. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Enjoy those bloopers.